In an office building in Rosslyn, Virginia, these journalists are preparing to cover the U.S. election. But their training is not in swing states or polling. It is focused instead on keeping safe physically, digitally, and emotionally. The workshops are part of an initiative by the International Women's Media Foundation, or IWMF. Trainers say the idea is to be prepared. They teach journalists how to avoid being a target, how to read a crowd at a protest, and how to keep their digital profiles secure.
The IWMF started the new Safety Across America initiative because we had the experience of the last election, and we knew that the incidents would continue in this election and probably potentially be even more severe.
Hostility directed at reporters during the January 6 insurrection and a rise in assaults on media drove the IWMF to take its workshop on the road. It has reached 600 journalists in 11 states. The training is timely. The U.S. Press Freedom Tracker is seeing a rise in assaults, arrests, and attacks on media in 2024, says managing editor Kirsten McCudden.
We've seen a large number of journalists assaulted this year, 68, nearly 70 journalists assaulted.
Earlier this year, the Press Freedom Tracker reported that the number of journalists detained has doubled in comparison to last year. These incidents have occurred while reporters are covering the Israel-Hamas protests in the United States.
But what we know is a tense time in the U.S. across all the cities. And it really, it harkens back a little bit to 2020, where we saw an unprecedented amount of journalists assaulted, more than 640, nearly 150 journalists arrested that year.
Those events prompted a more proactive approach by newsrooms in the U.S., where the common thread was that reporters needed to be ready.
This training is a wonderful opportunity for us as journalists to learn some of those tools and some of those intangibles we may not know or may need refreshers on as it pertains to this upcoming election season or the season that we're in.
And it is not just coverage of elections and protests that poses danger. The IWMF has found risks to media can appear anywhere.
Every beat in America has become a polarizing beat and therefore has become a dangerous beat.
With hostility to media on the rise, safety training workshops are one way to help keep journalists safe. With Liam Scott, Cristina Caicedo Smit, VOA News.